Okay, so we are now going to take a look at how to enter data into Training Peaks and how to update your information. I'm going to go ahead and do that in a moment. And the first thing I need to do is I'm going to need to go out to trainingpeaks.com, www.trainingpeaks.com, and I'm going to log in. When I click the login, I'll get this login screen here. And I am going to go ahead and enter in my password. I'm going to use dummy account DVXC that I've created. I'm going to type in my password and I'm going to go ahead and log in. Now when I get to the screen, I might see a number of options up here. First of all, I see up here dummy account. This helps me go through settings, help, log out, a bunch of things. We'll get to some of those things later. This is a home screen here. It's going to show a lot of information, some of which will be relevant, some of which won't be. What we're going to do is we're going to start by going to the calendar. So we click on this. And I'll see I've been very negligent in filling out workouts this week, and those are designated by red. As a coach, I populate workouts to you, and when that day goes by and you haven't filled anything in, it goes to show it as red. That means it shows that it hasn't been filled in. Now, if you look over here in our summary, this is a week summary of what's been done for that week. It'll show our total duration, our run duration, and our run distance. Training Peaks can also be used for a lot of people that do triathlons, those sort of things. Swimmers, we're not using it for those purposes. Okay, you can also have your total duration would include your aerobic capacity work on maybe a bike or elliptical. So we see here that we were scheduled to do around 35 miles this week, and our run duration was 30 minutes, and that comes from some of the things we'll show over here. So let's go over here and start with Monday. Monday, we didn't log anything, so in order to update this Monday workout, I'm going to click on that square. And I notice the first thing it's going to show is that it's going to have the square of distance, and it's going to have that wanting that to be completed. So let's say I went ahead and ran 5 miles. I enter that data in, and now I see that it updates to 5 miles up here. I used my watch for that workout, and I ran that 5 miles in 35 minutes. So I'm going to go up to duration here and enter in 35 minutes. Notice it'll enter it in hours, minutes, and seconds. So I've entered in minutes and seconds. Now I see my workout is updated to 35 minutes, 5-mile run. It'll give me an average pace. Okay? There's some other information down here. I'll talk about my average pace and stuff like that. I can also select the shoes I'm using. I haven't created any shoes for that. I'll show you how to do that later. I can then type in a description of my run. Ran a 5-mile loop with Johnny. My pace was even throughout the run. Okay? Afterwards, I could put post-activity comments. Did Monday core matrix, TheraBands, iced right ankle, if I could spell right, okay? Now, that's really what you need to be concerned about here. There are some other things that you could upload if you wanted to, but this is primarily what we're looking at, okay? This is about the bare minimum of what I would expect into your workout. You don't have to make any descriptions, any comments. You could just leave this blank, and I could get the duration and distance, and that would be pretty well. There's some other tabs here. The data isn't really going to be that available for us right now, so we don't have to worry about it. When we're done, we can go down here, and we can hit Save and Close, and it'll close the workout. We're going to close that. We don't need to worry about this right now. And you'll notice how now my box here changes to green. Okay, I now have 5 miles, my 5-mile run. I even have a description. I have a time. Notice my total duration now is at 35 minutes. Of course, I really didn't run any of those durations yet, so we'll have to worry on that. My run duration, we won't worry about that yet, but my run distance now says 5 miles. And my total running distance for the week is projected to be 35, 5 of which I've actually done. Now we're going to come over to Tuesday. Tuesday involved a 15-minute warm-up. You'll notice it says 15-minute warm-up or 2 miles, whichever comes first. We did a 5-mile tempo run, and I did a 1-mile cool down. So when I'm going to come in here, and this gets overlooked by many runners, I give you the option of doing a 15-minute warm-up or 2 miles, whichever comes first. So if I run the entire 15 minutes, I would put in under completed 15 minutes. Let's say I ran 2 miles. I could put 2 miles right here, and it would tell me my pace, and I could hit save and close. And it would update that. Again, my run distance changes now to 7 miles out of the 35. My duration changes a little bit, etc., etc. Okay? I do want you to fill in your warm-up. Let's say in that 15-minute period, you only ran 1.7 miles. Maybe you have a GPS watch. Maybe you kind of know where you're at. Kind of put that in there. But it's important to get an estimate of distance. One of the reasons why a lot of times we'll do a warm-up as a group is so that someone in that group typically has a GPS watch. Just figure out how far you're running. If you do it on the track, you'll know. If you do it on the mile course, you kind of get an idea of where the markers are as you get more experience. But let's say you only did 1.7. You go in here and write that you did a 1.7 mile warm-up, and it'll put it in there. Or the other thing that you could have done is, let's say you did get in your 2 miles, but instead it only took you 13 minutes and 50 seconds to do that. Log that. How long it took you, however far it did, let's try to get in the most accurate information here. You planned for 15, you actually did 13:50, but you got your 2 miles in. 5-mile tempo run. So here's our 5-mile tempo run. Let's say I started off running at 250, and like clockwork, I was just running a bunch of 250s through the first half of the workout. Then I went 248, 246, 245, 245, and then the last one I got really excited and ran at 240. Okay, I could make comments about the workout. I could say it was 90 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Wind was so strong, a few freshmen blew away. I hope they are recovered soon. All right, I could say I felt great on the last 3 intervals. Why I got faster. And I can record information like this. Now, this gives me my 5 miles. Here I put my 5 miles in again completed. Now I want to add up my total duration here. Well, I can do a couple things here. I could add up all these times, or I could just do an estimation to start off with. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, and 30. So I know I'm somewhere at less than 30 minutes because all of these were less than 3 minutes. That's 10 seconds less, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 50 seconds less. That's going to be 62 seconds less. Another 14 is 76. 76 and 15 is 91. 91 another 15 is 104. And then another 20 seconds here would be 124 seconds. That's 2 minutes and 4 seconds. That's 2 minutes and 4 seconds less than 30 minutes it is. So that would be 30 minus 2 is 28, so 27:56. And now I know my time and my duration, and I know my pace, about a 5:35 pace overall. Okay? I could talk about what I did after the workout. I'm not going to do that. I've already shown you how to do that. I can hit save and close. And now I have my workout logged. And then my mile cool down, I went out. We did a mile. It took me 7:15. Now notice that just entered in as 7 hours and 15 minutes. It's not quite the amount of time I took. So I just want to make sure 7:15 gets logged in. So I might have to sometimes go 0, 7, 15. I have to go 0, 7. Sorry. The best way to do it is 0, 7, 15. That's, no, it still wants to do it as hours. So maybe I have to go 0 for hours, 0, 7 for minutes, and 15 for seconds. Now it gives me a time of 7 minutes and 15 seconds. Okay, I don't want to make any more comments on it. I hit save, we go on. 4-mile run, same thing. I could do a 4-mile run. I know it took me 4 minutes. I looked at my watch, 29 minutes for the day, and we're all good there. I don't have to make any comments about it. There we go. For a workout like Thursday, again, let's say this time I just did 15 minutes. I only made 1.9 miles. I would update that. 7:54 pace, it automatically calculates it. I'd save and close. For my flying 30s, guess what? I know I did all 8, okay? I did all 8. I improved my knee drive during the workout. I still need to stop looking at the ground because the track won't trip me. Okay, just something silly like that. Now, I did all 8 of them. It was 1.99 miles, so I'm going to put 1.99 miles. If I do a 400-meter recovery jog in between, and there's 8 of them, 8 times 4 is 3,200. That's just under 2 miles. I can hit enter. My duration, maybe I don't have a duration. I didn't time it. Okay, well, then I don't have a duration. I'm just going to hit enter. I typically like mileage being logged because it's a way I keep track of things. So please make sure you're always logging a mileage with the distance or the duration that you're doing. 2-mile cooldown. I'm just going to hit 2 here. You know, again, maybe I did this in 15 minutes or 15 minutes and 45 seconds. I hit save and close. It gets logged there. Friday 3-mile run. Well, you know what? I got a little lazy. I only did 2 miles. Maybe I needed to rush through it. 2 miles. I did it in about 14 minutes and 15 seconds. I hit save and close. Now, notice this. It's going to give me yellow here. And yellow is indicate that I didn't quite do the full planned workout. I did some workout, which is good, but I didn't do quite the full distance. Okay? Now, over here I do 9 miles. I have a great workout. I want to write a lot about it. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? My distance is 9 miles. My duration, maybe I crank this out in 65 minutes. No, let's even go for something better than that. Let's go, I did it in 60 minutes, 6:40 pace, felt great, hit save and close. I've updated it. Now you notice I've ran 33.9 out of my 35 miles for the week. My cardio, I went in, I hit the treadmill. So again, I'm supposed to do up to 90 minutes of cardio. I noticed I did an hour of cardio, so guess what? That means I had to do 30 minutes completed. I'm going to put which device I did it on. I did it on the elliptical. So I'm going to put that there, and then I'm good to go, and I can save that. So now I have all of my duration here, or most of my duration. That's 4 hours and 8 minutes, okay, of total aerobic activity. 3 hours and 38 minutes of it was running. Obviously, I had 30 minutes on the elliptical there. I had 33.9 miles ran out of 35 programmed. Finally on Sunday, that's today, the 25th, I had a rest day, so I'm just going to go in here, and I completed my rest by not doing any running whatsoever. And I'm going to hit save and close. So that's how we would simply upload or enter in data in Training Peaks. If you don't have a GPS watch where you can automatically upload that data. A couple other things really quickly here. There's an option to add shoes to your account, equipment. So if I go under right where your username is and go under settings, you'll notice there's a whole bunch of things here. I can go equipment and I can add a shoe. And I'm going to call the shoe the Kinvara. That's what I'm running in right now, if I can spell. My brand is Saucony. And I guess maybe the name, we're going to call it Kinvara 1 because it's my first one. The model is a Kinvara. And I could put purchase date in here. My start distance, guess what? I started at 0 miles. I only want to go to about 500 miles to it. This is my default shoe. And I'm going to save and close that. Okay. My equipment purchase. And please enter a date of purchase for your equipment. It's going to make me do it. Let's say I started on the 19th. I'm going to hit save and close. We're good. Now I can come back into any of these workouts here. And as I'm going through, I pick this workout. I go under equipment, Kinvara, select it, save and close, and now it will start tracking the amount of mileage on my Kinvara, okay? And that's something that you can look at in a report under home. You can probably add that somewhere if you would like to. But that's kind of just how we enter in data right now for our workouts. I'm going to create another video dealing with additional workouts being added, okay? This is just part 1, though.